It was an incredible week for Jacksonville State baseball as the Gamecocks come through the losers bracket, lose the first game Wednesday night in the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament. Did something nobody else has ever done before, win 6 games in a row, one Thursday, 2 more on Friday, then another doubleheader, back-to-back games, and win these on Saturday, and then take the championship game on Sunday. You've been around in this game a long time, Jim Case. Do you know of anybody anywhere ever doing anything like this?
I really don't. I don't want to overstate things, but I've never seen a tournament format where a team would have to come back and do what we did, and then they did it. I've seen some that made it 4 games in, but as far as completing a task, I really didn't even know if it could be done. I didn't know if we had enough pitching. Of course, how are we going to play defense? How are we going to hold up in the heat? There's all kinds of things, but we played about as good as we could play.
6-game winning streak, which, as it turns out, the longest of the season for you.
It's a good time to do it, isn't it? I mean, we had to have every one of them, and the good thing was our guys believed it. That's the good thing, and I think that some of the things that they had gone through and during the year of fighting back and scratching and clawing, I think it kind of all came back for them. Not to say that every time that you feel that way it'll happen, but it gives you a chance for it to happen. And when you fall into the loser's bracket, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for a chance to give yourself the best chance you can.
Pitching-wise, incredible numbers you put up in the tournament. But then you look at the hitting numbers. You hit over 330 as a team and outscored your opponents, 2-1 or almost 2.5-1. Played flawless in the field. It was just a total team effort in what you did.
It was. I mean, there's not a single thing that you could look at and say, boy, they were really bad there. I guess if you were looking for something negative, we had some base running mistakes a couple of times. But really, offensively, defensively, very, very good. We pitched the ball really good. It was about as good from a coaching standpoint to see what happened. It was very satisfying because you felt like, okay, there we're playing about as good as we can now.
I go back to the Thursday game, the first one that you won to start it. You were down, people forget, going to the 9th inning. You scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th to win, to get the streak started.
You talk a lot about character, and that's where it shows up because, we were eliminated in 2 games last year. We lose the first game, heartbreaking fashion. Now we're down the 9th inning going to our second game. I mean, some teams might put a stamp on it, mail it in, hey, it ain't meant for us. And they kept scratching and clawing. They found a way to come back and win. And then it started to roll a little bit. And when it started rolling, you had a feeling it might be hard to stop it, and they were just feeding off of each other. Guys were doing things like some of the seniors, Casey Antley, he's doing something he's never done before. He's throwing a complete game in a big situation. Adam Polk, he follows that up by going 7, and you're thinking maybe it could happen. It's still going to take some things. I thought one of the biggest things of the whole tournament was when Taylor Shields took the ball on 1 day's rest and gave us 4 innings of getting a game going under control. That right there allowed us to not use Fowler and allow him to be fresh on the championship day. And once we made it through that game, I think everybody in our dugout felt like, hey, we might have turned from being disadvantaged to actually having an advantage.
You were down 2-0 in the championship game. You came from behind to win it. And of those 6 wins, you came from behind 3 times to win.
It's kind of amazing. Yeah, we fell behind, but you didn't have a feeling of panic. And then when Michael hit an inside-the-park home run, that might have been better than hitting a regular home run. I thought it just excited everybody. And you could just look across in our dugout, standing there at the third base box, look across our dugout, and there was a feeling in that dugout, we're going to find a way. We'll win this game.
You've been involved in great programs at Mississippi State, around some of the best to ever play Major League Baseball, past and currently in the big leagues. This past week, is this as much fun as you've ever had with a game of baseball?
Without doubt. I can tell you, I can't even tell you how blessed I am. To be a part of that, because I feel certain you could go your whole career and not have something like that happen. It'll be something that I'll never forget. And I've talked to the players about it a couple of times that's something their children are going to hear about, their grandchildren will hear about. and that they will always remember when things look bad, they'll have this to draw back on. They can, and that's what sports is all about for most of us. Most of us are not going to make millions of dollars at it, but we can learn lessons through it. And I learned a lesson. I'm not certain I truly believe that we could come back and do that. And so it really meant something to me. I needed that encouragement that, hey, just keep going. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that's what they did. And we did it with some class, and we did it with some character and integrity and all of those words that we talk about, on a daily, weekly basis. But I mean, we showed that, and I think the people that were there, they saw it. The umpires commented about it. People in the league office commented about it. And it's nice to be a part of a group that not only wins, but they win doing it the right way.
You told me the story on the air after the game about before the season ever started when you realized this could be a special group.
Our guys, they do a lot of things trying to raise money here and there, and we took some of that money that we had raised, and we bought padding for our outfield fence to cover the poles so that if you run into it, you don't bust a shoulder or bust a leg or whatever. We hadn't had padding for the whole time we've been here, so we spent a good amount of money, and we bought really nice padding. It's like major league quality padding, and we spent an evening putting it up out there, and it took, I'd say, 5-6 hours to do. When we got almost through, down to the last couple of pieces, we realized it was going to be about 6 inches off from being perfect. So in the right field corner, there was going to be a space of about 6 inches that didn't have anything. And we finally figured out what we had done and how we had misplaced a piece on a vertical pole. And when they did it, I told them, I said, look, we spent a lot of time doing it. It was about 6 o'clock at night, and I said, this will be fine for now if you want to do it. And they said there's no way. They took down every piece, they put it back up and made it right. And I told my wife that night, I said, I'll be willing to fight for these guys because, so many people would have just left it. But they wanted it to be right. They were proud of it. It made our park a better place. That's something we take a lot of pride in. Our playing surface, we take a lot of pride in. We don't have very good stands. We don't have a lot of things that other people have. But our field itself, which we help take care of, we take pride in that.
All right, we've talked about the weekend, and it allows you to continue the season for at least one more weekend now. Regional coming up. You head to Ole Miss. They're the top seed in the regional. 2 other well-known names in Georgia Tech and Washington. But it ought to be a fun time over there for your guys.
It'll be a rocking place. They do a good job. The state of Mississippi, when you look at Mississippi State, Southern Miss, Ole Miss, they turn out for college baseball, and there'll be a huge crowd. It'll be a really fun atmosphere. It will. There'll be tremendous young people all through the outfield. The stands will be packed. It'll be a fun place to play. I've been in that environment many times when I was at Mississippi State, and it'll be a lot of fun. I think our guys will really enjoy it. I think we have a team that will not be intimidated. I think that they'll just look forward to the excitement of playing, and hopefully we can feed off some of that excitement that's going on in the stadium. And, you never know. When you go to a situation like that, if you can pop somebody in the nose, a lot of times the pressure reverses, and that goes on the home. I hope that happens, and you see what happens, because there's some pressure that comes with being the home team.
I would think after this past week and what you accomplished then, confidence-wise, these guys are going to be riding high and going in there, and whatever happens, they know they can overcome.
I agree with that. I do. And, I don't know. I wouldn't lay money down that we're going to go over there and win the tournament. I wouldn't lay money that we wouldn't either. I really feel like we'll have a great opportunity. If we just play the way that we play, don't try to do too much, don't try to be a hero, just play the game. And we have some talented kids, and if we go over there and do that, I think we'll have a great chance.
Great run. Congratulations. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Mike.